Joints versus blunts. Know the difference. Which one should you smoke? Welcome to Breaking the Cycle. This is JD. In today's video, I'm gonna be giving you 3 pros and cons on joints and 3 pros and cons about blunts. This is all based off my experience. So if you get any value from this video, make sure you like the video. I'm going to start off with the 3 pros about joints. Starting off with the first point, you're able to taste the weed a lot better. This only happens when you have really good weed. I'm not talking about you having some really low quality weed. The weed won't taste good with the paper at all. But if you have some really good quality weed, you can taste the weed. That's why you're smoking the fucking weed for, because you want to be able to enjoy the weed and the whole experience of it, because the weed has taste. The second point, it's a healthier way to smoke. You got bongs, gravity bongs, but this is probably a very good way to smoke, a very clean way to smoke. There's really not much to say about it. It's very simple because it's just a paper and it's just the weed. The third point is the papers have different options and alternatives if you don't know how to roll. For example, they have the cones. There's different sizes of cones. There's different types of cones. That's a cool way if you don't like to roll. And then there's also the joint roller, which is probably the simplest way to roll a joint. And then you also have your regular OG way of rolling. So if you know how to roll a joint, you can roll it. But if you don't, you have also all other alternatives. I'm going to be talking about the cons now. What's not so good about the papers. I will say this, the papers do burn a little bit faster, but it doesn't like burn to the point where you're like, oh my God, it's burning too much, or it's like burning my weed. My second point, if you roll a very tight joint, sometimes you're not gonna get the best fucking smoke out of it. It's not gonna burn the best way. It's gonna be annoying to hit. It's just gonna be frustrating if you don't roll it properly, or if you don't stuff it properly. If you stuff it too tight, you are gonna have an annoying joint, and it's not gonna be fun at all. We'll come to the last freaking con of papers, is that they're usually a lot smaller. You know, you got your regular size papers, you got your king size papers. I'm gonna move on to the blunts. The blunts, I'm gonna give you guys 3 pros about blunts and 3 cons. Start with the first pro about a blunt. There's different types of tobacco leaves. There's so many different leaves that you can combine them with. So it can create a different flavor, a combination of flavors. You'll become a chef with the smokes. It can be pleasant if you combine the tobacco and the weed flavors together. It can be pleasant. Second pro, you're typically able to stuff more weed in a blunt. For usually your typical blunt you buy, you're usually able to stuff a lot more weed in it. So that's a good thing, you know, if you're like smoking fat fucking blunts. The last pro is it does burn a little slower. I will say it burns a little slower. It's just a lot thicker. It has different additives on it. You know, different chemicals are burning at the same time. So I see why it would take a lot longer for it to burn, but it's not that much of a difference, I believe. So that's all the pros for blunts. Now I'm gonna give you the cons. Here are the cons for blunts. Worst way to smoke weed. Why do I say it's the worst way, bro? It's a fucking tobacco leaf. Second con is it smells like fucking shit. Weed smells already as it is. But with the tobacco, it smells very nasty. It smells like resin. It's not a very pleasant smell. The last con is it's more expensive. I used to do the Swishers and Dutches. They come with 2 in a pack for what, like $2, $3? compared to buying yourself a pack of papers. You get like 42 different papers. You get 42 joints instead of just 2 blunts. I'm gonna give you guys my favorite way to smoke. If I convinced you in this video to start smoking papers, go ahead and hit the links down below to get you a roller, get you some cones, or get you some papers. Either way, join the paper gang. Let me know in the comments, what do you prefer, your choice of smoking, or what choice of smoking did I convince you to start smoking with? I prefer joints, and I think joints are the way to go. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you got some value from this. I hope you were able to tell the difference between joints and blunts. This is Breaking the Cycle. This is JD. See you on another video. Peace.